Welcome to my 2022 reading journal. I chose the Lecturum 1917 version of journal. It's a dot journal. It is new to me. Last year I got one from Michael's. Very excited about this one. Beautiful orange color to it. So I chose the dot one because I just feel like it gives you more free space and also has nice grid lines for designing certain things, even though I'm kind of a little sloppy, a little chaotic, but it's fun. So my opening page is just kind of walking through 2022 reading journal Moonlight Library, because that's me, Rachel, Moonlight Library. And I went for more of a nature theme this year, kind of playing around with stickers and figuring out what I like and where I want to put them, because I'm just kind of winging it here. And I kind of love that. I love just feeling out what looks interesting to me or looks like fun to me, and not putting too much, not making it too serious. But this year I feel like I'm going in a completely different direction with my reading journal. I'm choosing to focus more on the reading journal statistics side instead of review side, because last year I had good statistic parts, but I kind of gave up because I started doing I started by doing full page spreads of each book I was reading, and then I wouldn't write a review because that's not really a me thing. Everyone has different things that they like doing, and writing an actual review is not something I really want to do, even though obviously I'm on BookTube and I really enjoy talking about my feelings towards books. I'm not always one to just journal for myself. Also, I want to have this as more of statistics for what I don't get from BookTube or from Goodreads. I would be really interested, after you've seen my spreads, to hear what spreads you think would be an interesting addition to my reading journal, or reading journals in general. This page, I'm going to do a reference page so I kind of know where everything starts throughout the journal. So knowing when my bookshelf page is and where January starts, because I will have the months. It's just I'm not going to focus on long reviews, more so how many pages there were, how maybe a couple words describing how I felt about the book or something, 3 words to describe the book, or a prompt or something that I create for myself each month. For October I'd be what was the scariest element of the book, even if it's not a horror book, because it's kind of fun to look at a book in a different lens every time. Yeah, so I just kind of, for this journal, I'm just kind of winging it, going with what I think looks good, feels good. I don't know how I feel about this pink that I'm using. Or is it orange? I can't even tell. It's pretty, but at the same time it doesn't really match whatever this theme is. I don't think most of my reference page matches my theme. Or is there a theme? That's something we're all asking ourselves. This is going to be my bookshelf page, which is my favorite page. I think it is so much fun to... It takes a long time to draw out a bookshelf, but at the same time, I think it's a really beautiful addition, and it's fun to see all the little books as you fill them in. Last year, I wrote in the titles on each of the spines of the books on the little bookshelf, but it ends up being so tiny and looks kind of cluttered and wild, especially because I have okay handwriting. It's just it's hard to make it look good when it's so small. So I think this year I'm just going to do the highlighting. This isn't really going to be something to log what I've read so much as give me kind of an idea of how many books I've read. And instead of doing the usual, a lot of people do star ratings for the colors they choose. I'm gonna do page counts for the highlighted. Each time I finish a book, I'm gonna highlight it according to its page count instead. It takes quite some time to create one of these, and I didn't even like count out how many spines I put on here. So little pop quiz, how many spines do I put on? Because I don't know if I am going to count them. I mean, I could. I feel like I did at least 100, because that's all I'm really hoping for, is that I did at least 100, but who actually knows? I guess I would if I looked, but I didn't do any like of the cutesy decor that everyone does, because I was like, I just like, I love it. I think it's friggin' adorable, but I just, nope, not gonna do it. You know, I feel like there's no way there could be 100 books on here. There's no way. There must be like 10 to 12 on each shelf. And here I am making a calculation, and I just am very unsure. I think I was trying to cram some books in there at the end. I was like, I guess I could add some books to the top of some of those little stacks and kind of fill it out. So here I am making my little key, and I'm going to do the different page counts. So 1 to 199, and then 200 to 349, kind of mid-size, and then 350 to 499, 500 plus, because I felt like those were pretty okay ranges. I made them up on the spot. I was like, let's think of a good range real fast. And I think that kind of covers it. Looks beautiful. I don't really love this washi tape, and I might take it off later, but I thought it would be a cute addition. I don't know. I think I just thought I needed something extra up there. Maybe I didn't. So next I'm going to put my physical TBR, which there's no way I could ever have enough space for that, because I have a lot of books, and I do fill it out later, but I don't fill it out here. Maybe I'll take a picture of it someday and post it onto my Instagram. If you're interested in following my Instagram, go check down in the bio, the comments, the description. That's what people call that. So this is my physical TBR though, and it's just enough. I tried to choose in the end the books that I mostly wanted to get to next year, because I am trying to read the books I actually own, because I'm trying not to buy as many books, even though that's such a lie. I just bought like 20 books this week, but that's because there was a Barnes & Noble going out of sale near me, so that matters. So next up, I'm doing my series tracker. I don't really read that many series, but I just really like this spread. I think it's a fun spread, so I only fill out 3 series in the end on this, because last year I filled out like every series that I hadn't finished. Well, I don't plan on finishing every series that I haven't finished, so or even reading an extra one and all those things that year, you know what I mean? Like someday I'll get back to some of these, the whole like the Stormlight archives and stuff like that, but not right away. Someday. Like I put Discworld in mine, like I didn't even put any boxes next to it last year, because it's like there's a billion. And I've never even read one. I own some of them, but that was a silly one to choose. I was just like, think of any series that you can, that you're remotely interested in, and write it down. So I'm just gonna do the ones that I end up reading throughout the year, like add those, or ones that like, these are the ones that I really do want to get to, because I've been meaning to read them. It's been a while since I read one of the Elena Ferrante books, but I want to get back to it next year. So this spread is going to be the best book of the month that I do every year. I mean, I've only done a reading journal once, and this is it. This is my second one. So technically it's every year I do one, since there are only 2. But it's like a little open book, and on the end of each page it says the month, and then I'll write in my favorite book from that month. It's kind of a sloppy little one, but it's super cute, you know? In the end, I think this page always turns out to be like very adorable. I took way too much time last year creating this one, and I think that just doing it real fast was almost better than last year's. It has character, it has beauty, it has grace, it has Miss United States right on that page, you know? So best book of the month, and my camera is going to die in this shot, and then you're just going to end up with a sticker, and it's the next day. Because that's what we do. So then we're going to go like move forward, and I am going to do what is this page? This is my month tracker. So tracking what types of books I read in them, not types, but whether they're like physical or audiobook. I don't really read ebooks very often. I put that last time and it was like, I don't read ebooks really. So that's a silly one for me to have. So physical or audio, and then owned, library, or bought. Oh, there's my dog. She wants to come inside. Come on. So owned, library, or bought. And then the next one is 2021 release, or if it's older, just like anything older than did I put 2021? Oh my, no, I must have put 2022. Be smart. Think smart here. I don't trust that I did this correctly though, but I guess we'll find out soon. So the other thing is, for like any bought book, I think I'm going to count any book that I had bought in the past like 2 months, maybe 3 months, and anything I've owned longer than 2 or 3 months that's been like sitting on the shelf for a little while will count as an owned book, like something I already owned. Because sometimes like for book club, I end up buying a book for like that to read that month, you know, which I try not to do that all the time, but I feel like most of the books I buy just end up sitting on my shelf though. Oh, gotta get better. So here I am making my grid. And I really like grids. Like, I want to have more things that I track. I want to have more ideas. Like, give me ideas. Give me spreads. I try and look these things up. There's my cat. Hello. I try and look these things up, but it's kind of hard to find. I guess I watch some people's videos and end up getting ideas, but you know, they don't always work for you, or sometimes they're good to adapt. Like that best book of the month is definitely one that I've seen other people use, and I'm like, that is something I'm going to use. And the bookshelf one, because that is a big one that I see everywhere because it is wonderful. It's the best. So next page, I'm going to do my genre sort of tracker, which I'm pretty excited about. I didn't do this one last year. This one is going to show me, it's going to be like a big grid one, because last year I had like the days read, which I did not keep up with. And that really irked me because I really set down the reading journal in like February because it was just too much. And I want a big grid one though that I can fill out. So I'm doing genres here, and I try to put in every genre I could think of. But if you read my list and you're like, oh, you totally missed this one, I probably did, and please let me know. Or maybe it's one that I don't really read as often, like, oh, you didn't put science. Well, I don't really read science books that often, so maybe I'll end up adding it, a genre if I don't really read that genre. So I end up putting like general fiction, literary fiction, science fiction, fantasy, romance, almost forgot mystery, graphic novels, nonfiction, and historical, even though I don't really read historical. But I was like, might as well. I think I also put memoir or biography because that kind of encapsulates memoir. I kind of made these lines like I skipped every other line because I wanted to be able to go back and add anything, or like go back and be able to draw the horizontal lines while still seeing dots, because if you draw your verticals, you can't see the dots anymore because you covered them, and it's hard to make a straight line. So that's my logic there. But please, please, please tell me if you are like, how could you forget that one genre? Which I bet I did. Maybe genres. I didn't do young adult because you might be like, what about young adult? I didn't do young adult because I was like, I'm just gonna put those into, because what would happen is if I read a young adult fantasy, I just want to put it in fantasy. Because for me, I'm just trying to look and see, how many fantasy books did you read? So any like regular young adult book that's like just a contemporary, I'll probably put in general fiction instead. And just so I get the gist of like the types of books, not so much like the age ranges. Because sometimes I read middle grade, or like young adult I do read sometimes. So definitely did not miss it, did it on purpose. So I'm just going to finish out this page, and that's going to be the end of what I actually show you here. Later I do a little bit more, but here is the new cover. I put some stickers on it, super cute. And then, oh, wrong page. Moonlight Library. Yep, super cute. I'm just gonna say super cute a lot. References, super cute. No, I'm sorry. Red Shelf. Love it. That. Don't say super cute. Physical TBR, series tracker, which I'm probably not gonna really use much, but still love it. Best book of the month. Love those flowers. Love them. Month tracker and genres. I am so happy with my new reading journal. I'm gonna do January TBR soon. That's really gonna be Read Harder Challenge 2022, and then January TBR on this page. I cannot wait to see how this turns out, and I just want to thank you for watching, and please remember subscribe and like, comment, let me know what you think. I can't wait to see everyone else's. I've been watching a couple, and I'm so excited for this year. Bye.